which is traditionally not necessarily for Republicans, but I'm not the average Republican.
Exactly, sir.
And neither are you. And so, please, would you like to say a few words?
Dạ, xin chào quý vị, cảm ơn quý vị tới đây bữa nay có việc là hãy diện để represent người Mỹ gốc Việt. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to represent the Vietnamese American community. Next year is the 50th anniversary of the fall of Saigon, and we'll have the first Vietnamese American U.S. Senator on the anniversary. So thank you for coming.
What you just said is actually very important, the first, and you should be the first, and it's time that you had somebody. So I hope your community gets out there 100%. You have a big community here, and thank you very much. A real honor. Now I'm going to buy something. They're going to show me something. I'm going to buy something beautiful. I don't know what it is. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Oh, there they are. They're the important ones. They're the ones that make the food. I'll sign something.
President Trump, will you still participate in the ABC debate?
Never give up.
So we did want to share this live look with you. This is happening right now in Falls Church, Virginia. Former President Trump making an unexpected stop right there at a Vietnamese-focused retail complex, speaking with restaurant goers right there inside the restaurant, speaking alongside a candidate right there, and former President Trump supporting the candidate. And you can actually see one of the women right there asking the former president to sign her book. Now, all of this comes after Trump was at a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery to honor 13 fallen U.S. service members who were killed 3 years ago at the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. So you can see he is now continuing to make remarks. We're going to raise the audio once again and listen in.
Hillary Clinton the questions when she was at CNN, maybe, is that right? Donna Brazile gave the questions, you know that, right? That was her. I'm looking, I said, I haven't seen her in a long time, but she's the one that gave the questions to a debate to Hillary Clinton, Crooked Hillary. And when I look at that, and I looked at, there was some other, a blonde woman, I have no idea who she was, the level of hostility was incredible. And Reince was in there, but he was a little bit softer than he should be, to be honest with you. But when I looked at the hostility of that, I said, why am I doing it? Let's do it with another network. I want to do it. You know, I won because of debates. Ask Biden. I won because of debates. I want to do debates. But she, the head of ABC, is her comrade's best friend. You know that, right? They like husbands and the whole thing. What kind of a deal is that? I want to have a fair debate. And you know, they can ask me tough questions. I don't mind. I think I've heard them all from you. I hear them every day. But I think it's very unfair. The single worst network for unfairness, I think, worse than CNN, worse than NBC, which is really hard to believe, and CBS is probably the best of the group. Fox is the best, but of the other side. As an example, today we had a celebration of some great people, some great people who passed away, who were killed in the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan, because we had an incompetent president with incompetent people leading it, and every one of those people should have been fired. He never fires anybody. Those generals, Milley, and every one of them should have been fired. They took the military out first. If I asked, do we have any children in the room? Because if I asked a child, who should go first? They would say everything but the military. They took the military out first, and then it was a bloodbath, and it was a horrible thing. It was a horrible thing. And I just went to Arlington Cemetery, and you saw we had a ceremony with the parents, the sisters in one case, brothers in another case. And these are people that should have never been killed. And when you see the fact that nobody's mentioning Afghanistan, no, this is the third year. This is, I hate to even call it an anniversary, because I don't like the word anniversary in this case. But this is the third year of that tragic event. And because of that event, we did so badly that Russia went in and invaded Ukraine. Israel was attacked, as you know, on October 7th. We have people don't respect us. They don't respect us anymore as a country. And where is our president? We don't even have a president. We have a fascist person running who's incompetent, and we have a president who's not even around. He went to California for a vacation because they threw him essentially out of the party. And then he came back home and I said, oh, is he going to go to the White House? No, he went to Delaware to take another vacation. And you got Russia over there with like nuclear threats. We got to have a president. We got to have a real president that's respected. So as to your question, I think it's disgraceful, and I think ABC is a disgrace. I think having Donna Brazile sitting on that panel, and she's the one that gave the answers and the questions to Hillary Clinton before a debate. I think ABC should be shut out. I'd much rather do it on NBC. I'd much rather do it on CBS, frankly. I think CBS is very unfair, but the best of the group. And certainly I'd do it on Fox. I'd even do it on CNN. I thought CNN treated us very fairly the last time. I think Jake Tapper was very fair and Dana Bash was very fair. But when I watched this interview of Tom Cotton, fortunately he's a total pro, he knows what he's doing. And then when I watched the roundtable after that, I said the hostility is crazy. So we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. They also want to change the rules. You know, the deal was we keep the same rules. Now all of a sudden they want to make a change in the rules because she can't answer questions. Why doesn't she do a couple of question answer? Why doesn't she do something like I'm doing right now? She can't talk. We can't have another dummy as a president, okay? We cannot have a dummy. And the people from Vietnam agree with that.
President Trump, would you want the microphones muted in the debate whenever you're not speaking?
We agreed to the same rules. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have it probably on, but the agreement was that it would be the same as it was last time. In that case, it was muted. I didn't like it the last time, but it worked out fine. I mean, ask Biden how it worked out. It was fine. And I think it should be the same. We agreed to the same rules. Same rules and same specifications. And I think that's probably what it should be. But they're trying to change it. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate. She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate. But when I looked at the hostility during the weekend, you watch it this week with George Slopadopoulous. And the Vietnamese didn't get that one. You got it, right? Yes, sir. If you didn't get it, I couldn't English. But no, we want to have fairness. We have to bring fairness back to the country. And we have to have a president. We are the closest to World War III, I believe, that we've ever been right now, right this second. And we have a man that just took a vacation in California. He was on the beach. And he came back today. Where's he going? Delaware. Why? Another vacation. He's going for another week. That's not the Vietnamese. They're hard-working people, aren't they? All right.
President Trump, how are you specifically preparing for the debate versus Harris?
I'm not. Really, I'm not. I'm not spending a lot of time on it. I think my whole life I've been preparing for a debate. You know, you can go in and you can have all sorts of sessions. I watched Mitt Romney go in and he worked so hard. 4 weeks he locked himself into a log cabin. And then he developed lockjaw. He couldn't speak. I watched other people. I mean, you have to be real. You know, you can't cram knowledge into your head for, 30 years of knowledge in 1 week. So, there's a little debate prep, but I've always done it more or less the same way. And you have to know your subject, and I think I know my subject. I think I know it better than anybody. I created the greatest economy in history. We rebuilt the military. We had no wars other than ISIS, which I inherited, and I beat ISIS in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. We rebuilt the military, and then you see they gave away a lot of the stuff that I rebuilt. They gave billions of dollars away to Afghanistan. And in addition to the dead soldiers that we were just celebrating, I mean, great people, we're just celebrating them. And the press won't mention Afghanistan. Do you ever hear them mention? They don't even talk about it. Afghanistan was tragic for many reasons. Obviously the dead, obviously the wounded, obviously giving away billions of dollars worth of equipment. But it was devastating for one other reason. Because of Afghanistan, it showed our enemies that we're incompetent. That we have an incompetent president, an incompetent vice president, and look, Putin would have never, if I were president, he would have never gone into Ukraine. When he saw that, when he saw Afghanistan, he said, this is a great time, let's go. Because it was the apple of his eye, I know him well. But I always said, Vladimir, you're not doing it. But it was the apple of his eye. When I was gone, and we have this guy that doesn't know he's alive, and when that happened, Afghanistan happened, which was so tragic and so incompetent, Putin said, these people are highly overrated. Anyway, he would have never gone in. If you didn't have the Afghanistan, he would have never gone in. Okay, thank you. We're making another stop. We're going to Michigan. And next stop is Michigan. We're going to save the auto industry because we're not going to have an auto industry. They're making all electric cars. They're all going to be made in China. And we're not going to have an auto industry. So we're going to go and save the auto industry. We're going to bring back many plants. We're going to make automobile production bigger than it ever was in this country, and it'll be easy to do. And we're not going to let China build massive auto factories in Mexico, where they're building them right now. They're building massive factories in Mexico, and they think they're going to make cars in Mexico, sell them into us, and we're going to lose all our jobs. Not going to happen. These people that love Vietnam also, they're very smart people, great business people, great successful business people. When they hear that, you understand just instinctively that I'm right. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
So that was former President Trump talking about a number of topics, including the upcoming debate that he has with Vice President Kamala Harris, saying he is absolutely not preparing, say that he is the most prepared he's ever been, and he doesn't need to practice for that upcoming debate. Also saying that he's disappointed that right now he's only scheduled to have one debate against Harris. He had proposed 3 debates. Right now, Vice President Harris has agreed